Okay, today will be the DevOps mock interview day 17. Previously, we have already discussed 16 mock interviews. If you have missed, you can go to my YouTube playlist section. There will be a DevOps interview question and answers. There you can find out all day 16 mock interviews. And the like target for this video will be 50 to 100 likes. If I get that 50 to 100 likes, definitely I'm going to upload the next mock interview. So yeah, let's start today's mock. Today, Sai is going to participate in this mock interview. Sai, can you able to introduce yourself?
Yes, Paul. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Like myself as Majjun Sai, I have overall 3 years experience in DevOps tools. Like previously, I working as a DevOps engineer, and I have completed my graduation in Bangalore University. Like when coming to my skill set, I have hands-on experience on Linux and Git. Git is for like source code management, and Maven for build tool. And I am good at Jenkins also. Jenkins is the automation tool for the continuous integration and delivery. And I have hands-on experience on writing the YAML files in Docker, and I have good knowledge on maintenance tool Prometheus and Grafana to monitor the application. And I have experience on Kubernetes also, and got Docker. And Docker is for virtualization and containerization tool. Yeah.
Okay, you said you have experience in Docker in writing YAML files.
Yes.
Here you have done the mistake. In Docker, you will not write any YAML files.
Sorry.
I know you got confusing while explaining about yourself because you didn't prepare. If you prepared, you will speak confidently. You are just explaining me the introduction in the flow. Okay, I will also
No.
like right now let me introduce myself. So
Yes.
myself Joseph, right now I have total 6+ years experience as a DevOps engineer. Right now I'm working in some one of the big MNC company. So from past 2.5 years I'm working in this company. Coming to my roles and responsibilities, I used to work on different tools in DevOps. So as a DevOps engineer, our main role was to support the development and operations team. Okay, for that we need to do some automations. So this is what I used to do. Nothing but I used to automate the infrastructure depending upon the requirement. Elan, this is my flow. Okay, I'm just thinking and explaining the things. Right? How I delivered. Is it okay? Or because I didn't prepare, it's
Exactly.
not
You are right.
it's not up to the mark, right? Or still I can able
Yes.
to manage because I am teaching. I take daily classes. So
Yes.
even if I didn't prepare, I can able to manage the interview. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. You're right.
Because I speak daily. Even in the client calls, I need to speak in English.
Yes.
Right? Daily, it's an habit for me. Communication is an habit for me. Right now, you are searching for a job. You will have a gap. So for that, what you need to do? You need to prepare. Before itself, you need to prepare the introduction. Right? Take a white paper. Note down the steps. What you are. What you have knowledge. In which tool you are perfect. Okay, write down. Okay,
Okay.
and
Got
just
it.
Google it. You can easily Google it on particular tool. Accordingly, prepare
Yes.
a script. Okay,
Yes.
practice it
Yes.
and explain the same.
No, what I wrote told right now by I am not seeing any script on the book, but I am telling my word. But I got mistake. That's
Yeah, I will do one thing. I will prepare a script for you.
okay.
Okay, I will share it to you. In the next mock interview, you should not do a mistake. You need to
Yes.
explain me perfectly and you need to prepare that script in front of you a mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, just share me your details in the WhatsApp, your total experience. Okay,
Okay.
and whatever you want to keep and which tool you are perfect, share it with me. According to your tools, I will prepare a script. I will share it to you. What you need to include all tools, but highlight me the which tools you are perfect, so that in the introduction I will first kept that tool in front. Remaining tools I will kept as a secondary.
Okay.
Okay. So shall we start today's mock?
Yes, yes, bro.
Okay. Today's smoke, you said you have experience in Jenkins. Okay, I will ask you a questions on Jenkins itself. And you said you have experience in Terraform, right?
Yes, yes. I used to work on Terraform.
Oh, no issues. Let's have a session on Terraform and Jenkins. So let's start with Terraform. Okay. So can you able to explain me the concept of state in Terraform? Then like how
State,
you handle state locking in Terraform. There will
state
be a
in the
state file,
Terraform.
right? There will be a state file
Yes,
in
yes,
Terraform,
yes.
right? Using that state, how like how you will handle this locking. So whenever I execute like simple thing, let me tell you with real life example, real time, like whatever you are working. So in my company, there there will be like 2 to 3 DevOps engineers are there. Okay, right now whenever I work on this Terraform, right, in my in my laptop, whenever I execute the script, okay, Terraform apply, my other colleague cannot able to execute the Terraform apply at the same time. He got a message that is lock, that locking will be done. So how that locking will work? When I complete the execution, then only he can able to execute the commands. So once I complete the execution, then only you can able to execute any Terraform command. If someone is working on Terraform, then other person can not able to work on it. So for that there will be a locking will be enabled. How that locking will be managed in real time? So that's the question for you.
Okay. Coming to the Terraform state file.
Nothing but how Terraform
Uh,
handles a state locking.
okay. Mm, and coming to the state file, the state file will store the
I'm not
data, like
asking you
which
about the state file. I'm asking you about the locking.
like yes, yes, yes. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, Harish, how this Terraform locking will work?
Uh, Sorry, I don't know
Oh, no
Terraform.
issues. Saikiran, Veda.
Sir, I didn't have idea about this.
Okay, no issues. Veda, how the locking will be enabled?
Yeah, while we are giving any command with lock equals to true, it will lock the state file. For suppose if we have if we are running the command, running the Terraform appliance, first it will log the state file and then it will create the resources. Remaining those developers should wait until the log will release.
Okay, how that locking will be enabled? That's the question.
We need to provide lock equals to true in some with the commands like terraform apply or something else we can or also we can declare in the terraform file.
Okay, let's discuss about the solutions at the end of this session. Okay, shall we go to next question? So how
Yes,
do you manage dependencies between resources in Terraform? Right now, we will create a resource using Terraform. What we will do, we will create a resources, obviously, but there will be some dependencies. So once the VPC is created, then only my subnet should be created. So how you will manage these dependencies? So first it should create VPC, then after it should create subnet, then after it should create EC2 instance. Like
yes,
this,
yes.
there will be some dependencies in between resources. How you will manage that using Terraform?
Um, Providing like resource, like
Yes,
executing
you
the
will write
command
a
like
resource.
yes,
Okay. How you will write
uh,
a script in the
in
Terraform file,
script like
.df file?
mind.data file. Like first you want to write the provider like from which cloud we are
I'm not
taking. If it,
asking you to
yeah,
explain
yes.
this Terraform. I'm just asking you the dependencies. How you will like write a code for dependencies. Saikiran, if you want to try, you can try. Or Veda.
Yeah, first we need to declare the vpc resource. After that
Okay.
we are calling that vpc resource. We are attaching the subnet to that vpc, right? We are calling that resource in the subnet level. After that we are creating internet gateway. Internet gateway means we are attaching that internet gateway to the subnet. We are calling that one depend. Actually, Terraform will execute according to the logics,
Yes, you are
not in there.
right. Still, I want to. Yes, Terraform is correct. It will smartly will execute, but still, I want to add some dependencies. Once the subnet is created, then only it should create a EC2 instance. So I need to keep that. How I can able to keep this one already we have discussed in Terraform classes.
Like by using depends on
Super. Yes, Harish, you are right. By using
and
depends
using
on.
multiple, yeah, and using multiple resources in that
Yes,
depends on block.
yes. In the depends on, we need to mention. Like for suppose if you are creating VPC, right? In the subnet, you need to mention depends on VPC. Then once the VPC is created, then only this subnet will be created, because in the subnet I already mentioned depends on, because I am depending on this VPC. So let first create the VPC, then create me. Okay, I will show you the syntax. Okay, script as well, don't worry. Let's complete the questions, then we will go to the answers. Shall we go to third question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how do you handle secret in Terraform? Nothing but passwords. This is very important. In every interview they will ask. So whatever the questions I'm asking you, right, this is the most repeated questions in every interview. Anyone, how you will manage the secrets using Terraform? Veda, Sai.
We are saving that secrets in the HashiCorp vault.
Super. Yes, you are right. We can use Archicad Vault, nothing but Terraform Vault. Using that, we can able to preserve the
The
passwords.
passwords.
Yeah. Shall we go to next? I will show you how to create all this. So, can you able to tell me? Am I audible?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
Hello?
Yes, I'm audible, right?
Audible, audible.
Okay, okay. I thought network got disconnected. So what are some? There is any background voice from my side? No, right?
Hello?
Is there any background voice from my side?
No, no.
There is no background voice, but your voice is like sometimes it will stuck and it will come.
Okay, okay. Okay, no issues. Let's continue. What are some best practices for writing and organizing Terraform code? Nothing but you are writing a Terraform code. I just want to know what you will follow so that you should organize your Terraform code in some manner. So what are the best practices you will follow?
There is no voice from your side.
Yeah, what are some best practices you will follow for writing and organizing Terraform code? Hello, am I audible?
Yes. Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, yeah. Did you get my question? Hello.
Yes, like
Yes.
we need to run Terraform FMT and validate, and we need to use hashtags.
Hello?
We need to use nouns for
Okay.
resource name.
Okay. Sai,
So
you want to try with the like what are the best practices you will follow? It's simple question. You are writing a Terraform
we
code. Like how you will
yes
follow the best practices so that you can maintain the code perfectly. What are the
we
Terraform code
can
you have written?
create yes we can create a modules in that we can declare once. We
Super.
can use yeah,
Yes.
multiple times. For suppose we have different environments means dev, staging, and prod. We can use those modules in that environment as well. We can write once and we can call a number of times.
Super. Yes. You are right. how do you handle like environment specific configurations in Terraform? This one you already covered, but what you will do, like how you will handle, what type of Terraform commands you will execute to handle environment
First we
specific configurations in Terraform?
Yeah, first for suppose we have a dev environment means we need to create a workspace for dev, and we in that we need to call that in Terraform in Terraform we are declaring that some conditions. So if we have a calling from a dev environment, it should execute this, and we are calling from a QA environment, it should execute this, and like that we are writing the some conditions.
Oh, that's great, you are right. Thank you so much. Shall we move to Jenkins? I've just planned 5 questions on Terraform.
Yeah, sure.
So Jenkins, how do you implement a Jenkins pipeline as a code? Nothing but declarative pipeline. Like how do you implement?
By writing the Jenkins pipeline syntax.
So this is the simple question in every interview they will ask. How do you create a pipeline? What is the pipeline you have created in your company? Okay. Whenever they ask, you need to explain that. So just think that this is the real interview. If they ask what is the pipeline you have created, how the pipeline is running, what is the pipeline steps you are maintaining right now in your project, they will directly ask like this. So if they ask me, right,
Yeah.
yeah, we have
Yes.
written a declarative pipeline script, we have different stages, and the code was my code stack will be, my technology will be Java, right? Like that, I will just explain whatever I get into my mind, because I already like practiced, right, so many times projects. So
Yes,
I can
yes.
able to do that. I can able to explain that. I'm telling on your point of view. If I got trained right from someone else, whatever I practiced, I will blindly tell that. I know I have worked as a real time, but if I learn from someone else, whatever he said, I will note down the point. Whenever you ask about the pipeline, right, whatever I practiced, I will tell that. So Veda, you can continue. You are telling something.
Yes, first we need to write a declarative pipeline for that one. For suppose we have a Java-based application, means we are using a build tool like Maven to build that application. We are creating that jar file, and we are storing that jar file in some repositories like Nexus or JFrog. We are integrating some quality gate checks using a Sonar Cube, and we are deploying that. We are creating a using that jar file. We are creating a Docker image, and we are creating the Docker container as well. And after that, we are using a Trivy integrate. We are integrating the Trivy scanner for the vulnerability checks. After that, we are deploying that. We are creating the container and deploying to that Kubernetes cluster. These are the steps I involved.
Super. So Sai, you got it right.
Yes, yes.
What are the questions they are asking? He has asked me the pipeline. So if you don't
Sorry, we
know
lost
about
you.
the pipeline, so hello.
We lost you in between.
Okay, now.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, just a moment. There is an issue with my internet. Now is it okay?
Now is it okay?
Okay, okay. Sorry for that. Yeah, you got it right, Sai.
Yeah, yep, man. You got it.
Okay. Next question. Same. How you will secure a Jenkins server? How can you secure a Jenkins server? This is also same question. They will ask how you will secure a Kubernetes cluster, right? How you will secure a Jenkins server. Okay, these are the they will definitely going to ask. They just want to check how you will secure that. What is your point of view? How you are thinking? They just want to test. For that purpose, they will ask how you will secure. Whatever you know, just try it. Yeah, anyone, if you know, you can.
We can.
Secure in the sense backup in the file, right?
Backup is different, secure is
Okay.
different.
We can configure the global security in Jenkins.
One thing
We need
was
to enable.
which we
We
already
need to
discussed,
enable
Sai,
the.
this one. First thing, if you want to secure, you need to create a environmental variables. If you have a passwords, this is one type of security or not. If you check the previous mock interviews, this one already repeated. Yes or no, Veda?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, like we can use HTTP or SSH secure connection, and we can use authorized user authentication. We can
Yes.
hardening the server, yeah, from security groups.
Yeah. We need to allow the port which is
Other port,
required.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Example 443 or HTTP or 860 anywhere from IPv4.
Yeah. So like this, you need to secure. Now let's go next question. What is the purpose of Jenkins agent and how do you manage them?
When you want to create the, it is used in like master and slave time. Like
I
when
know
the
it's
when
a master and slave concept. What is the use of that agent? Why we will add that?
when master load has got loaded, no, like we use a slave concept in that. In that time we use.
Sorry. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you are.
No, like why
Yes, yes.
Sai, you are stucking in between. If you do this like this right in the in the real interview, they will confuse. You are trying to tell,
Yes.
but you are stopping in between and you are muting yourself. If you know, tell that confidently, whatever you know. If you don't know, you just tell, I don't know. That's it. So what is the question, Sai? I have asked it to you.
What is the concept of agent in Jenkins?
Yeah. What is the use of agent? You have added the agent,
Agent
right?
will agent will distribute the workload to different
Super.
workers.
Yes. So whatever you know, you need to tell. That's it.
I
If
think that
someone want to
if you
add
look around,
anything, you definitely add.
yes.
If anyone want to add something, if Sai is missed something, you can add.
And this will Jenkins will connect to the controller to run the build jobs.
Yes. Okay. This is very tough question. Explain how you can implement a shared library in Jenkins. If you want to create a shared library in Jenkins, how you will create that? This thing I will discuss after few minutes. I will show you the exact steps as well. But if you know, just let me know.
Mm, yeah, we can create a one repository in the GitHub with the for the Jenkins shared library. We can declare that some resources or something, some steps, and we can use that in our declarative pipeline. Like some commands, I didn't. We call that particular command, but in between, in general, I know we can use that repository is like a shared library in Jenkins declarative pipeline.
Okay. How do you handle failures in Jenkins pipeline? This is a damn sure question in every interview. If you get a failures in your pipeline, how you will handle that?
First, we need to go to the Jenkins console. We need to collect the logs and errors. We need to figure out those errors, and we need to troubleshoot this. Or suppose we have problem with some integrations, or else some problem with some Docker images or else we can problem with some GitHub versions, GitHub code versions as well. We can troubleshoot those errors and we can rectify that one.
Okay, so that's it. 10 questions was already completed. So let me share my screen. So yeah, whoever watching this video in YouTube, if you are looking for real-time training, definitely you can see the mobile number displayed here. You can call and you can enroll for the live classes. And whoever enrolled, right, this is the project I'm planning. Nothing but a 3-tier application deployment. Front end I'm going to use Nginx with HTML, and the backend will be Node.js with Express, and the database will be MySQL database. So like this, we will take this and we will deploy an application, end-to-end application, that too using a Kubernetes. So even you can explain the same in the interview. So I worked on a project where I need to implement the 3-tier architecture. So I've done this. You can blindly explain in the interview. This is the real-time project. Whenever they ask, right, about the project, what you have worked, if you want to showcase that, you need to prepare and you need to practice it. But anyway, no one will provide the real-time. Okay, you need to be real-time is like, you need to do the real-time like this. In the YouTube they will upload, yeah, it's not, I'm not telling it's not a real time, but you need to do the project differently, so that people will, everyone was doing practice from YouTube and they are telling the same project. This will not help. You need to explain the code level architecture in the interview, so that they will feel that okay, you genuinely know all the things. Okay, let's continue. And today, let me share. Can you able to see, right? Can you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so explain the concept of state in Terraform and how handle state locking. Terraform uses state to keep track of the resources it manages. This state is stored in a file typically named terraform.tf state file. So the state file maps the configuration in your .tf files into real world resources. So you know about what Terraform tf state will do. Whenever you execute Terraform apply, first it will compare this Terraform state file configuration with the real infrastructure. Nothing but wherever the resources you are creating. Like for suppose if you are creating a resources in AWS cloud, so it will go and compare the resources which is present in this tf state file and the real environment. So if there is any information is not present in the tf state file, nothing but it's a new resource, so then Terraform will create that new resource, and the information also it will store in this tf state file. So how Terraform will get to know that resource is already created? So using this state file, it will maintain the history. Okay, even if like for suppose you will be having daily scrum calls in the companies, right, they will ask you what is the status. What they will do, they will take the data and they will put down in the Excel file, so that once higher management ask what is the task they have performed in this total whole month, they will open the tracker, right, they will explain, because as a human being we will forget. So in the same way, tools also will maintain the information in some files. For in Terraform, it will maintain the information in Terraform state file. Same thing here written. Okay, state file maps the configuration in your tf files .tf and the real world resources. Terraform uses state locking to prevent multiple users from making concurrent changes. I told you, right, in our company there are 3 to 4 DevOps engineers are there. So whenever I'm working, my colleague should not able to execute the command. So for that we are using a service called as DynamoDB. I am expecting this answer from you, but no one has told. So S3 with DynamoDB for locking. I am expecting this answer because I already told this in Terraform classes. Okay, state locking is typically handled by the backend, right? This is the Terraform script backend. right? You will give the bucket name, right? What is the key? Nothing but your state file, in which region you want to store the state file, and the dynamo table name. Okay, this is what you will write. Yes or no? Did you practice backend, right, Veda? You have written the backend, right?
Yes, yes.
This is the syntax, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How do you manage dependencies between resources in Terraform? Which we already discussed, right? Depends on. Okay, depends on what I would created AWS S3 bucket. So first it will create the AWS S3 bucket, then after it will create an EC2 instance, because I kept a depends on. Now whether you say, you told, right, Terraform is smart, it will create, but if you see, I have written resource AWS instance first, S3 bucket second. So in this in if it is VPC subnet, okay, it's okay. Terraform is smart, it will create first VPC, then after subnet. But here instance and S3 both are separate, different resources. Then Terraform will first try to create a EC2 instance, then after it will create a S3 bucket. So during the scenarios, you can use a depends on. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
dependencies between resources in Terraform are managed using implicit and explicit dependencies. Implicit dependencies are automatically recognized by Terraform. I told you, right, when one resources reference another. Explicit dependencies can be specified using depends on attribute. So implicit, whatever you said, right, Veda, for me, Terraform is smart, automatically it will create. That is implicit dependencies. Explicit is nothing but we will going to define that, which forces Terraform to create or update resources on a specific order. Okay, depends on is explicit. In the interview they will ask you, okay, what is the difference between this implicit and explicit? If they ask you, implicit is nothing but Terraform automatically will create the resources accordingly. Explicit is nothing but we are going to kept the depends on attribute. Okay, we will define the conditions, that is explicit. Okay, next question. Describe how you handle secret management in Terraform. Secrets in Terraform can manage using tools like HashiCorp Vault, AWS Secret Manager, or Azure Key Vault. You should avoid hard coding secrets in your .tf files. So did I written access key and secret key directly in my .tf file while we are doing practice? No, right?
No.
I
No.
directly given provider AWS region. Did I added access key and secret key? No, right?
No. No.
So like that you need to secure the secret. One thing, you need to add it as an environmental variable. Yes, fetch secrets as runtime, use environmental variable. What I've done AWS configure. I've given that details, right? It is saved locally in my system, not in the Terraform code. So Terraform built-in sensitive attribute can also be used to mark outputs as sensitive to prevent them from being displayed in the Terraform UI or logs. Okay, provider AWS data, AWS secret manager secret version, example secret ID my secret. So if you have a secret in your AWS secret manager, then you can fetch that information using data. So what is this data? You know, right, Veda? We already discussed. Using these data sources, what we will do? We will collect information about that particular resources. Yes or no?
Yes.
So it is creating an AWS instance type, and whenever it is created an EC2 instance, it will just fetch the database password to etc/environment. Okay, as etc/environment nothing but it's a type of variable file. So it is fetching the secret from the AWS secret manager, and it is adding into this EC2 instance environmental variable inside the EC2 instance. For that I use user data. What are some best practices for writing and organizing Terraform code? Okay, one thing was you can use variables. Best practices include using modules. So Veda has said that, right? Reuse code, organizing resources by logical grouping, network, compute, storage. Okay, so compute resources, you can create a separate compute storage resources, storage, like that you can maintain the logical grouping. Keeping environment specific configuration separate, using a consistent naming convention, right? Version controlling your Terraform code and state files, running Terraform format to maintain code formatting. So if you see, this is the example, formatting example, main.tf, variable.tf, outputs.tf inside the module. Okay, Terraform network related separately, compute related separately, storage related separately. Like this you can maintain the modules. Okay, how do you handle environment specific configurations in Terraform? So Veda said workspace, so you are right. So Veda, you have attended the interview today, so I know, but try to attend interviews continuously. Definitely you will going to crack job.
Yes, thank you.
So environment specific configurations can be handled using variable and workspaces. Okay, different variables files, right? You can maintain the .tfvars file as well separately. Environment specific can be created for different environments. Workspace allow you to maintain, right? Terraform workspace new dev, to create a new workspace, this is the command. Okay, new prod Terraform apply. If you have a var files, you can apply var file separately. Next, after Jenkins, how do you implement a Jenkins pipeline as code? Jenkins pipeline as code can be implemented using a Jenkins file, which defines a pipeline stages, steps, and the overall workflow in a declarative and scripted syntax. Same thing I have told you, right? We are following a declarative pipeline in that we have different stages. This file is version controlled along with the application code, allowing easy updates and review. So script example, declarative pipeline, right? Pipeline agent stages, stage, right? Build stage, test, okay, deploy. This is the basic example I've just given. How can you secure Jenkins server? Securing a Jenkins server involves enabling security options and configuring user authentication, that you can use role-based access control to limit access based on user roles. Jenkins is running on over HTTPS. Okay, keep Jenkins and its plugin up to date. Nothing but what are the plugins you are using. Use update it. Okay, configuring security setting as a protection. Okay, disable insecure protocols. So script example. Okay, here it is a groovy script for security. Okay, it's not an important, just I have written it. This is a developer's perspective. If you know the groovy script, right, you can know this is the, he has just defined the value. So what is the purpose of Jenkins agent and how do you manage them? Right, Jenkins agent are used to offload build and deployment tasks from the master node, allowing for better resources utilization and scalability. Agents can be managed by configuring them through the Jenkins UI or using configuration management tools like Ansible, Puppet, or Docker. Like, agents can be static or dynamic provision using plugins like Kubernetes plugin for Jenkins. Like, for suppose, right, this is the example. I'm taking a Docker image called as Maven. Okay, and I'm just generating a MV1 package. Okay, I've given the node. So this is the groovy script. There will be declarative pipeline script as well. That is different. This is different. So explain how you can implement and use a shared library in Jenkins. A shared library in Jenkins allows you to reuse pipeline code across multiple pipelines. It can be implemented by storing the shared library code in a separate Git repository, so as Veda said, and configuring it in Jenkins under global pipeline libraries. In your Jenkins file, you can load the shared library using the library annotation. Okay, and call its functions as needed. So at the rate library, and you can mention the library name. Then after the remaining was same. How do you handle failures in Jenkins pipeline? Handling failures in Jenkins pipeline can be done using several techniques. Using try catch block in scripted pipeline, utilizing the post section in declarative pipeline to define actions based on pipeline outcomes. Example, success, failure, always. So we can check the console output, it's okay, but before seeing the console output, if you want to using code, if you want to define, yes, definitely you can define that. If you see post failure, I've just given the mail ID. So whenever I got an email, I get to know, right, my pipeline got failed. Or I can use a try block, try mvn clean package. Okay, if it is fail, okay, catch exception e current build result failure. Like this you can write your script, and depending upon the conditions you can follow. So I will update this, okay, in the GitHub repo, so you can go through it and prepare it. It will help you for the next interviews. Okay, so that's it for today. Let me stop the recording.